So the Pathways to College program is basically an early college experience for our students. They're high school students, they're rising seniors at a local high school. We partner up with Mount Pleasant High School down the street about a mile away. And what they do is they come to college during summer 2, and they experience basically college life. They navigate the campus and its many resources. They take classes for college credit. They're here 2 days a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 to 2. And they eat lunch at the college's main dining hall, which is Ray's Cafeteria. That's like the highlight of their day for most of them. And then they obviously take classes and then go home at 2. We do offer transportation back and forth from Mount Pleasant to Providence College, which we have found is an extra benefit so that they don't have to navigate the bus system to get to campus and arrive to class on time. It came about several years ago when I was in School of Education and Social Work in our local partners. I found out that Mount Pleasant and a lot of the local high schools in Rhode Island were transitioning back to basically career tracks. And what that means is at the high school, they're doing very specific tracks for their students, whether it's a STEM academy, a teacher academy, a music academy, or even an engineering academy. And at that time, Mount Pleasant was already transitioning back. They have a very focused teacher academy, they have a STEM academy, and they also have a music and also an engineering academy. So we were approached by their high school principal trying to do more strategic partnerships and collaboration. And through their teacher academy, which we offer a stellar education program here in School of Education and Social Work, we found it very fitting to kind of develop a pipeline and strategically think about some stronger partnerships with Mount Pleasant. And so it really fits our mission in the School of Education and Social Work and our core values as far as like community engagement and bringing students to campus for an early college experience, especially a lot of these students are lacking access. And so it came about there. Last year we started the first inaugural program with Mount Pleasant. We started with 8 students last summer, and then this year we have 10 students. Typical day, they take 3 classes when they arrive on campus, starting at 9 o'clock. The first class is a Writing 100 class, and basically it helps them with college writing, the skills that they need to be successful in a lot of the essay components as they are going to navigate a lot of that English and the writing skills in college. That's their first class. Then they start transitioning to their second class. They get a break in between. They get all the snacks and the meals that we provide here at Providence College for them. They transition to the second class, which is basically a college skills class to help navigate college life, the different components of what college campus expectations are. And so the professors really work with them very closely so that they are familiar with all the varied expectations. Because sometimes, we forget that when you get to college, it's a totally different experience. And if no one's taught how to kind of experience these expectations, then you kind of lose out on that. And so the college skills class really goes deeper into what are college professors' expectations of your work, how do you navigate resources on campus, those kinds of aspects to really set them up for success as they transition from high school to college. And then they break for lunch. We have an intern who takes them to lunch, and we have an intern there who's also an elementary special ed major. She really works with them because we really believe in peer-to-peer networks and kinds of those relationships. We know that research tells us that peer-to-peer mentoring is really helpful, very similar in age. And so these students are really talking to the intern about what is it like to be on college. She's a student of ours at PC. She takes them to lunch, she eats lunch with them, and then they transition again to their final class, which is exploring education as a profession, to really think about their identity in their future career or even teaching as a profession, because a lot of these students are coming directly from the teacher academy, and that's where we recruited from. So that's basically their 3 classes during the day, and then they get back on the van that PC provides and gets transported back to Mount Pleasant. So we know from research that early college programs is an effective model to really improving high school completion rates, reducing high school dropout rates, increasing confidence in students, and getting them really prepared for life beyond high school and post-secondary education. And so our model really is about early college and giving these students the similar experiences, increasing their confidence, motivating them and encouraging them to, one, complete high school, and two, to really explore college as an opportunity for post-secondary education. And what we really expect is what the research says, and we have some preliminary data back from last year with the students who completed an end of the year survey. And all 8 students completed the survey, and a lot of them had never thought about college before because that was not part of something as part of their family upbringing or conversations. And so now it's becoming more of a communicative part of their academic and communicative language and network. And so what we're hoping is it increases their confidence and really builds college readiness. And so last year, all 8 of the students would recommend, when they completed it, recommend the program to their other peers. 6 out of the 8 would say that now they're gonna pursue a bachelor's degree, and then 2 out of the 8 have said that they're going to actually go on and pursue a graduate degree beyond just high school. And so these are obviously early college impact data, but we anticipate that as more students complete the program, the data would suggest and parallel what research tells us as far as improving high school completion rates and early college experiences in an effective way in the model to do so. I think it's very important to PC because it really embodies the institutional mission in academic excellence, in community, and in service. What it also does is it aligns, not obviously along with our mission, but it's a way to kind of think about educational equity and really for economic development, workforce development, and to kind of secure and create a stronger pipeline. We understand that we're a residential college, and a lot of our students who are majoring in education and social work, what happens is because we are residential, a lot of our students after they graduate, they go home. Home to them doesn't necessarily mean Providence area. And so what this program is doing is obviously creating a pipeline, stronger ties, and connecting it to the community for workforce development, for economic development, and for social mobility. At Providence College, we also believe like God in service and to our neighbor. And so as we deepen our ties in our community, and especially Mount Pleasant, a local partner who's just down the street, we anticipate that this is really going to be helpful for our students as we think about how to build that pipeline and local talent so that they stay in the community, work in Providence, and not necessarily go back home, home being the other residential states that they live in.